Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. Hope everyone's well wherever you are. This is a video I thought about for making for Juventus in Italy. Obviously, this video is probably only going to be good for those who follow football. But anyway, these are some of my imaginations or ideas, or dreams or goals or whatever for Juventus specifically. And I have this strange thing where I support all Italian teams equally, really. So it's a bit strange. I'm not sure if I'm the only person who does that, but so maybe in the future I can make similar videos for other football clubs in Italy. But anyway, here goes. So please leave your comments at the end of the video, and I appreciate your views and shares and likes as ever, and as much support as you can give this channel. I really appreciate it, and hope you enjoy this video and all my other videos. But here goes. So number one, I would love to see Messi come and join Ronaldo, or as I call him, Ronnie sometimes, in Serie A with Juventus. I think it'd be great to see them on the same team. As an idealist, I would love to see these great players play alongside each other. It reminds me a bit of the old Real Madrid Galacticos side. So I'd love to see, as a Messi join Ronaldo, Ronnie as I call him, in Serie A again with Juventus, as Ronaldo's already at Juventus, and I hope they can keep him, because there's some talk about him leaving as well. But yeah, I'd love to see Messi and Ronaldo play alongside each other as a fan of Italian football for an Italian club, in this case Juventus. So that's the first thing. Number two, again, I'd love to see loads of other great players as well, like if Juventus had either sponsors invested so much money, or Juventus got lots of new sponsors coming. I know the owner of Juventus is already quite rich, so I think maybe it'd be great to see him invest loads of money, like millions or even billions. I'm sure the owner, like the Fiat company, is supposed to be worth 15 billion or something, I think I read. So it'd be great to see him invest maybe even I suppose with financial fair play it would be difficult, but if he invested something like £1 billion or something like that. And I was thinking, because of COVID, it would be great if because COVID hit Italy and Spain so badly initially, it would be great if FIFA maybe allowed some leeway, or even allowed Italian and Spanish teams to avoid the financial fair play rules, because it sort of makes up for the fact they went through COVID so badly initially. Although I'm a bit biased because they're Mediterranean teams. But yeah, so I'm especially biased in favour of Italian ones. But yeah, I'd love to see players like Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Haaland, and so many players like that play for Juventus. Number three, however, at the same time, I think that it would be good to have at least 3 under-21 or even under-20 players in all senior games, because I think that is important to develop the youth as well. So the players that play for Juventus, and I think the former players, could be encouraged to be ambassadors for the club, and also to train the youth as well. So I think that would be pretty cool. But again, I'd love to see at least 3 under-21 or even under-20 players, or the youngest possible team, play for Juventus as well. So I'd love Italian teams to do that similarly at all senior games as well. So I mean, at all senior games, they have at least 3 under-21 or under-20 players. So I just started chucking it down there. Number four, again, I'd love to see as many great players come to Juventus to play for the team as possible. But like I say, even players like Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Haaland, and so many other, Kante, and players like that playing along the same team. But a part of me thinks it'd be great to see more Italian players, especially young players, play for the team. Number five, I think it'd be great for Juventus to have a 5 to 10 year plan, where when people say, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years or whatever, it'd be great if Juventus could say where they see themselves winning, say winning the Champions League, and maybe the World Club Cup even, or even maybe winning it 2 or 3 times perhaps. That could be the ambition that they have for the club. So not just winning domestically, but winning and representing Italy, and maybe they could be honoured and acknowledged for developing a lot of great Italian players over the years, developing the most Italian players, and therefore that would encourage other Italian teams to want to do the same. And I think it'd be great if the government, the Italian politicians, gave as much tax exemptions as possible, and financial incentives as possible, in funding and stuff like that, to encourage people to invest in Italian football, and yeah, just to support the Italian teams to do better. Number six, I think it'd be great to have partnerships with Italian football, and including Juventus, of course, and Celtic, and other clubs like that. number 7, on that note, even also other Mediterranean teams like having some sort of network scale where they have friendlies and positive relationships somehow. Obviously, they're going to compete with each other, but they can have some sort of like when they could have positive relations at the same time when they like transfer players or trade players and that sort of thing. I also think to be honest, it's a shame that in the past Juventus have been known for match fixing corruption, and I thought as a fan of Italian football, it was quite disappointing when Juventus got to a few finals and lost them, like against Real Madrid and Barcelona mainly. I think that was it. Real Madrid a couple of times and Barcelona once or twice. But yeah, so I think it's sort of justice, perhaps, to be honest, and it perhaps levels itself out because of the Calciopoli scandal where there was match fixing. And I think it would be interesting if Juventus had their own like centres where they actually tackled match corruption and match fixing, which would be quite ironic. But I was thinking the sport I love, which is football, and the teams I love, which are Italian teams, and including Juventus, were involved in this match fixing. So I think it'd be quite interesting if Juventus, which were the main culprits of this, were part of something that worked on justice and ensuring that that they tackle or try and get rid of, or certainly make it as little as possible, prevent it or limit it at least. Match fixing or corruption in football, like so. Juventus, it would be quite ironic, I think, for Juventus to actually be the team or one of the main teams, and all the Italian teams working together, perhaps, to tackle match corruption in football generally, and perhaps work with FIFA as well. So people know that the team. It's not because of match fixing or corruption that one team wins. So it's basically the best team, or it could be the luckiest team on the day, but at least it won't be because of match fixing that they win. I hope that made sense. Number 8, I think it'd be great to see Italians fall in love with football again, and like when they play against each other, I think they should be rivals, obviously, when they play in the league or the cups. But when Italian teams play non-Italian teams, as I mentioned in a few videos in the past, I think they should definitely support each other as they represent Italy, and Juventus represent Italy in many ways because it's had the most Italian players throughout history. Number 9, again, I think it'd be great to see 5-10 year plans about like saying, and then maybe even exceeding some of those plans, like winning the Champions League or things like that. But again, I think it's part of me wants to see Juventus sign many great players like Messi, as I said, Messi, Mbappe, Haaland, players like that, and Kante and players like that, and have so many great players like the Galacticos used to have. But another part of me thinks that it'd be great to see youth players, and I think using game management, like in friendlies, I think definitely using the youth in games that aren't so important, but in more important games, and sometimes the youth could be on the bench, so they're still there. And I was thinking, so sometimes the youth can still, even if we have players like Messi and Ronaldo and Mbappe, Kante, and players like in the team, they could still be young Italian players, especially, or even players from overseas, but especially Italian players who come off the bench. And number 10, on that note, I think again, it'd be great to see as much investment into academies as possible. So I'd love to see possibly multi-company ownership of Juventus and other Italian teams, and like investment into, as well as buying overseas players, spending money on academies, so developing the youth as well. So one eye in the future and the youth as well, not just players that are already ready-made. And also Chiellini and Bonucci, as well as Buffon, are quite old. So I think part of me thinks perhaps they should retire, but another part of me thinks it'd be good to see them go on high and play for maybe a year or two left. But they could also coach some of the newer players coming through, so that they develop younger generation. Obviously, when they have to retire, there's players ready there for both Juventus and the national team, and also also Chiellini could play like some games. He might play half a game, like just the first half or just the second half, respectively, or whatever, in different games. And sometimes he might only play for a few minutes or whatever, or as a sub himself. Or sometimes younger players come on for a few minutes as subs, so they could be used so they're young defenders who are subs, so they don't play full games, which at their age will probably help them anyway, because they'll probably get more tired and need more of a break. But they also develop the youth. So I'm thinking mainly of the team. And the synergy of the team and the future of the team. And also, as I say, it would be great if Buffon perhaps retired as a goalkeeper, but some people say he's got a bit of an ego, and perhaps I think he does seem a bit, maybe it's more confidence, but it comes across a bit of cockiness, so to speak, or it comes across a bit arrogant. Maybe it is kind of bordering arrogance, but I think that excuse me, sorry. I think that it'd be great if he was like given a role where. Oh no, so I did that. Sorry, very clumsy. He was given a role where he would still be made to feel special, like he was part of the club as an ambassador and also as a trainer and coach of future goalkeepers. Although knowing how to be a good goalkeeper and knowing how to train other people to be good goalkeepers is another skill. So it would, I think, as I say, it would be great if he coached the next generation of Italian goalkeepers and that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm out. Peace and love.